I hope that you are having a great day. And I just wanted to talk a bit about shadow work and social media. So, social media, shadow work, and business and career growth. There comes a certain time in your life where you have to get radically honest with who you are, where you're at. You get to also get really honest about who is supporting you, who you support, and you get to really tap into your feelings and the numbers. This goes for business and career growth. It goes for insights. I think that social media is one of the best ways that you can really get your finger on the pulse of the truth about how you feel and the truth about how people feel about you. And so I have been doing shadow work. What on earth just happened? Oh, I guess it just went down. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Wow. Well, that just happened. That's insane. Okay, so look, I'm gonna switch places now. That was pretty cool though, actually, wasn't it? I'm gonna switch places so that the light is hitting my face. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, there we go. Okay. So there just comes a space and time where you get to be really honest about what is happening in your life and your career. And to stop seeking outside validation. This has to be for social media. This goes for social media. This also, again, it is a reflection of how much you're going to be able to earn. And, you know, you got to really look at the habits that you have created in your life, the people that you've surrounded yourself with. All of those things you begin to really see how they make a difference in how you move forward. So as someone who I've been on social media for years and really, you know, but I've been mainly doing a lot of inner healing work, a lot of generational, you know, familial healing work, nuclear family healing work, breaking codependent cycles. And it's heavy. You know, it's heavy, and it really has required me to be very honest and radically honest about who I am, about the friendships that I seek, about what I actually want to create in this world. And it's not easy. I'm just going to be frank with you. But so what's happened recently with the social media, and I do go deeper into this on my Substack. So make sure that you subscribe to that. I'll have it in the show notes. So what happened was recently Meta, which is Facebook and Instagram, they changed their monetization requirements to where you only have to have close to 5,000 followers to start being able to be monetized. And this is on Facebook and on Instagram. So that does combine them. So that's the cool thing about Meta. And I didn't realize this till recently. A friend of mine that I know, she was posting and I saw that she posted about that. And I was like, and so I went and looked at my insights and I'm like, I wasn't I didn't have the monetization clicked on. Like you have to do that manually. And so I did that. And it just so happened that over the past week, I've had like a couple of my videos actually do in the thousands. So, I mean, I think I'm like at $1.38 or something. So it's not like I'm like balling out of control, but I realized like, this is actually possible. This is possible, and this is very possible, and wow, it's incredible. But then I go, however, I'm going to need to be radically honest here, because a lot of people that I'm connected to aren't really vibing with me and my content like that. And I'm like, okay. And so also I want to put this in here, and this is really interesting when it comes to shadow work, because this is the first holiday that and this is the first time in a long time that I didn't drink, or, I didn't escape through this celebration of the holidays. I've been busy all year. And so I've really just been here at home, just figuring out my, career moves. And what's come up for me is that, man, I have really spent a lot of time seeking outside validation. And I also had to come clean with myself about the fact that I haven't really aimed to go very deeply in my friendships and my connections. And I think that is reflected in the level of engagement that I get with my connections on social media. Now, the problem is that, especially on Facebook and Instagram, it's going to push your content out to your connections first. And it's also going to, it's going to push your content out to your connections first in a lot of ways, or it's not. Like, it's an either or, can go both ways. The issue is that I've kind of been using those platforms, Facebook and Instagram primarily, to share more of my professional journey and within the neighborhood and those things, so that I can make those connections. And so that, because when you use social media for your career, and this is how it goes with career and business, when you use it for your career and business, and I have made tens of thousands of dollars online as a result of using my, being seen on social media. I got a job last year for almost a year, and where I made $30,000-$40,000. And it was really a cake job, to be honest. And it was doing what I love, was PR, business development, etc. And it was purely because of how it showed up online. If I hadn't been online, it was a family, it was a friend and their family's business, but they thought of me because they saw what I have been doing. You know what I mean? And so it was actually an ex-boyfriend, but that's a deeper story for a different time. Ex-boyfriend. But again, that opportunity came strictly because of how I've been showing up online. I've also, I've had projects, I've gotten paid to MC, and a whole lot of other things because of online. So that is why I've been online so much. But there's a barrier, because, for instance, I'm just going to be really real with that ex-boyfriend. Even though we're together, living together, he watched my content, but he never engaged with it. That's the kind of things you have to deal with when you're dealing with people in person, which is interesting, but it's true. When you're dealing with people in person that and then the problem is that now they're looking at your content, but they're not engaging with it because they feel some type of way. And that is absolutely bogus. You can't grow like that. And so, my whole reason for being online is to grow my personal brand. It's to find my people, my supporters, and the people that feel soothed and informed and empowered by the conversations I have. And I need those people to engage with me. So there's that. Also, I want to quickly say and acknowledge that I have to acknowledge that maybe my content's also not that great. Maybe there's something that I do in a way that I do things that rubs people the wrong way, in a sense. The only thing about that is that I did go over to TikTok. And I think that therein lies my problem too. I have too many, I have too many platforms going at the same time, or that, that I pour into a lot at the same time. And so I'm going to have to hold that back some. So, then let's go into business and career. The reason that matters, the reason that the business and career part matters is, and how the shadow work with that is because when you're in a toxic situation or a situation that limits you in your business, you have to be honest with yourself. You have to be clean, clear, and ready to make the moves and continue to level up. I don't know. I'm having one of those days, guys. Sorry, I'm having one of those days, guys, and I can't let it get to me. I need to what do you call it? Charge that. But I'm going to end with this. There just comes a point in your life where you have to be radically honest about where you are and where you want to go. And I absolutely love El Paso. I love my family's here. My mom's here, so I want to make things work. And so as a result, I'm going to need to be just very focused on my mission and journey, which is to amplify the voice of healthcare in the borderland. I am very strong about that message. And as a result of doing that, because what I've noticed too is that a lot of the people here that are really doing the moving and shaking and making the money and stuff, they're not on social media like that. You know what I mean? So social media will only has taken me as far as it needs to take me in terms of just content for that reason. And now I get to focus on the service that I'm going to do, because that's where I'm going to get real fulfillment, instead of the vanity metrics and the dopamine rush of having a great run with a bunch of videos and then all of a sudden it dropping off, stuff like that. But I also have to be honest about the connections that it's time to let go. But now I'm in a quandary a little bit over there on Facebook and Instagram, because the people I have just enough people to where I can't go and just do a bunch of disconnecting with people, because if I do that, I might drop under the monetization opportunity. So I have to play this dance where it's going to require me to do a whole lot of content over there. And so that being the case, that's not going to be me doing a bunch of content is still not going to be my focus. I've decided. On Instagram or Facebook, I'm still going to share certain things, but I'm not going to go hard on the monetization side, because that'll be getting me, and that's taking me away from my ultimate goal, which is to help people to be healthy and to heal and to be in integrity with their self and with their mission. Because I think we have enough social media influencers, and we need more people of impact in our communities. And that is where I'm going to focus my energy and time. And I'm feeling the social media thing drain me, and it doesn't need to, because I really just get to focus on my core message, which is health and well-being, and helping the people that are caretakers, helping the medical professionals to have the support that they need to be able to connect in with the best providers in our area. And that is where I get to focus my time. And that's what's important to me. And that's what's important what's important to me. And that's what's important to my mission. But that's why the insights are important. So that taught me a valuable lesson. It taught me a valuable lesson to see that, okay, this is possible over here, but this is not where I need to get my fulfillment. You know what I'm saying? And so that was powerful And it's the strategic relationships, and it's actually supporting the people who are sick and suffering, or who are taking care of people who are sick and suffering. Those are people that I can inspire, and I will get my fulfillment through supporting them in their endeavors. And if I'm working with a client, or if I'm at a job that is not fulfilling, or I don't feel like we're all on a positive mission of growth, then I get to be wise enough to walk away quickly. And also, if I hire anyone to do a job and they don't support, and they're not a good fit, then I get to also be in integrity. Like if I hire if a business hires me, a health practice hires me to help them, and they're having internal issues, I get to be mature enough and real enough to be honest with them from an outside perspective. And if they have to fix their level of care and attention and the way they do things, and if they don't, I have to be willing to walk away from that income so that I can make sure that I'm keeping open, working with people who really are passionate about doing things the right way, because that's the case managers that I work with, the administrators at the hospitals, the relationships that I'm going to be creating with these people are going that are actually directly working with the patients. I want to be able to make the patients feel great, and any referring people to know that they can count on me if they connect a patient in with my network. So what are you avoiding? Or, what conversations are you avoiding? Where are you siphoning your energy and time that could be better utilized? These are questions I hope that you ask yourself, and understand that business growth and development, social media growth, all of it is shadow work. Peace and blessings. This is Michelle M. Trey Hollis, 5-Star Conversations in the Sun City. Like, share, subscribe, and follow for more. And let me know in the comments what you're working with, and so that we can all support you. Peace.